Bet that.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's a good answer, nigga. I just literally woke up. Like,
Fam,
all jokes aside, nigga, I just woke up.
I had like 5 meetings today, and my first 2 I could barely keep my eyes open for. So I took like an hour-long nap, and then got on a couple other meetings and called it a day.
I would have done the same shit. Cause like, bro, I don't even know if it's that I like had a late day yesterday. But it was like when I got home after work, bro. It was 5 a.m. I don't know what the fuck happened. Actually, I do know what happened. This joint called me up. I pick up the phone. It's a 3-way call. I'm like,
who's on the other way? Who's on the other line? Yo, if I'm talking to
my friend Dom.
Oh, it was your friend?
Yeah, it happened to be. It happened to be one of my friends, Diamond. Had it not been, okay, if Diamond listened back, she gonna be mad as fuck that I ain't call her my best friend. So my best friend Diamond was on the phone. She was like, I thought you was just gonna be in the parking lot hanging out with your friends. I'm like, shawty, it's 40 degrees out there. Ain't nobody in their same mind outside in that cold ass weather.
That's hilarious.
We do be parlaying though.
That's hilarious.
In fact, we had talked about this off stream, bro. We might have to continue this conversation either off stream, or we might have to put that on the in person episode.
What's the convo?
Bruh, cause I told y'all how I was gonna be on hater mode when I got to work and shit. I did not go into work on hater mode. In fact, I got into work. And there's this new hire. He came in, new supervisor.
Yeah.
Came in. This guy that knows me, this one manager that knows me, he's like, DeErik, where are your people at? I'm like, oh, they in such and such room. He's like, oh, can you take them over there? I'm like, sure, whatever. We talking and shit. Shawty is walking as we're walking. Like, so it's like one of those yink type situations.
Y'all walking by each other.
And yeah, exactly.
Crossing paths.
And she puts on the, yeah. She puts on like the world's biggest smile and like waves hard as fuck. I'm like, what's good with you? And I look at bruh. Right? Cause she passes by. I'm like, bruh, I ain't even gonna lie. That woman just confused the dog shit out of me. I thought I was getting eaten. He literally said, bro, whatever you thought, she over that shit. No, she is over that. I said, you might be right. So fast forward, I get off work, and I'm like, text me when you get off, whatever. Mm-hmm. She's like, all right, I got you. She texts me, and then next thing I know, my phone ring. I'm like, who the fuck? I pick up the phone. Hello? I told your friend he was gonna pick up. Oh. What? What? And they're like, I don't know, bro. I sat there, I was like, this is so fucking stupid. Like, but it ended up being like, my best friend got off the phone. We started talking and shit. Next thing I know, I'm actually talking, I'm actually speaking my mind. And I just hear like heavy ass breathing. I'm like,
in the background?
That's all I fucking hear on the phone. Nigga, not even in the back, in the foreground, nigga.
Oh, she was breathing heavy. She was breathing heavy.
Nigga, she was slumped. You ever think you talking? Yeah, you ever think you talking to? You ever think you talking to a shorty and you speaking the hell out your mind and hello, huh?
Nah.
Damn. I just hung up the phone. I just hung up the phone. I was like, bro. But I sent a long message because I was like, bro, fuck it. I said it already. It ain't like I can undo what I said. I might as well just stay to it. Stay to my fucking guns.
Right.
Bro.
Well.
But here we are, bro.
Here we are, episode 7 of the Corner Section Podcast. This is your host, Dylan Kemp. One of your hosts.
Yeah. This the other one. It's so funny, bro. I did not know what to put in my bio, right? Mm-hmm. So on my bio, I said to bio, bro, like, I put some general stuff, but then, like, in addition to being a professional hater, he loves being on the Corner Section podcast. Dog, she took that shit clean out, bro. She took that shit clean.
Yo, shout out. So we gonna talk about this more in the next episode, but we're undergoing some changes. This episode is brought to you in 4K. We are finally recording in 4K with the good audio.
Hell
yeah. Hopefully, knock on wood, no technical issues. We also got a new social media manager. Shout out to Maya. You're gonna be seeing a lot of posts coming. We really trying to grow this thing. God knows
we couldn't do it.
Yeah, we just didn't have time. We just did not have time to sit there and make social posts. Even though I was the one making, even though I made the clips, made the social clips.
Yeah, you did.
But
you did.
I actually enjoy making clips. I enjoy, I enjoy making those too. I enjoy making those. I might keep on making those. Those are fun. Those are fun to make. Yeah, so y'all gonna start seeing a lot of changes coming to the Corner Section in terms of just branding and whatnot. But y'all still gonna get the same good quality, genuine conversation that you get out of me and DeErik.
Yeah, shout out to the listeners who have been sticking with us so far.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to the niggas who ain't think we was gonna make it to 7 episodes. Sometimes it felt like we wasn't gonna make it to 7 episodes.
Yeah, honestly, around June, July, I didn't know where this podcast was going. But you know what? It came back. It came back.
Yeah, we've been sticking it out like on the lowest keys. Like I've been enjoying doing these. Honestly,
yeah,
it's been fun just being able to, like you said, just genuine conversation, being able to talk about what's going on in the world. I mean, both of us were opinionated individuals, anyways. It just makes more sense to stop having these conversations in Twitter DMs and just give it to the people.
Right. You can't monetize. You can't. Well, now you can, but back then you can't. Yeah. You couldn't monetize Twitter. That's a relatively new concept, and I don't know who out here is subscribing to tweets unless they show an ass in the tweets. But
and I sit there, right, and I think like, bro, the requirements to monetize off your tweets, like you have to tweet like 35 times a day. Like there are actual rules. Yeah, I'm like, this is a lot. This is a lot, but you know, we say this all the time. We're in an algorithm-based society right now. Mm-hmm. Everything is about numbers. Everything is about streaming, and you know, now to be able to be in that world in some form or fashion has been very awkward for me personally. I don't know about Dylan, but it's been a very different process kind of getting into whatever, you know, this podcast grows into. I have a feeling that it is going to grow into a lot. I think people are enjoying what we're doing. I looked on the IG and we got like almost 40 followers. And, you know, that's going to sound like lame as fuck to some of y'all. But guess what? Some of y'all ain't even got 40 real followers in real life. And you don't have anything that you're doing. So with that in mind, keep your opinions to yourself. Yeah. Keep your opinions to yourself. And do something with your life. Because, Speedy, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy, man. Human beings, man. They don't believe in us, man. Like,
and I was told...
I really do believe...
Oh, no, go ahead, my bad.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And I was just saying, I was told this weekend that I've kind of laid back on my hater tweets. And in my controversial music takes on Twitter, just know that's coming back in full effect very soon.
I feel like I know who said that to you too.
Yeah. If you know, you know. So so yeah, that old Dylan is gonna be making a comeback. Both on this podcast and on Twitter. If you do follow me, thank you. And yeah.
Follow me too. You know, I'm the type of nigga, I just disappear in the wind. Yeah. If anybody knows me, bro, I will float into the ether on human beings. And it's not anything personal, but I just got to that point where I'm like, I do not care to talk to people online, in person, whatever in the world it may be. I really do not care. So knowing all of that, keeping all of that in mind, follow me on Twitter now because I'm going to be a professional hater on there again. It is the same handle as my Instagram. I'm very blessed to be __ like the herb on everything. That is a very hard thing to do nowadays with the amount of usernames and people recreating profiles and whatnot.
Right.
So I'm thankful. Follow a nigga. I'm either going to be talking about my feelings like I'm Drake, or I'm going to be talking about gun violence like I'm 21. There's no in between. Yeah.
Oh, man. All right.
Okay.
So I think today we want to do a little movie episode. So actually,
Yeah.
All right. So we should tell them. So our next episode, episode 8, is going to be in person. I'm going to Atlanta this weekend for homecoming.
Yes,
indeed. See my boys. And to
yes,
do
sir.
a
I finally get to meet
podcast.
your girl.
Yep. He's DeErik is definitely gonna be able to meet my girl Faith.
We might. I don't even know if we do this yet, but we might just do some random ass video. I might just catch some shit in 4K, some in between the actual episode and what you all actually see on the episode, because we got some special guests coming in.
Yep.
It's gonna be really fun. I think y'all are gonna really enjoy the episode. That might be the episode that blows up. No cap.
Yeah.
No cap.
And then it's gonna be a disappointment when people find out they're not regular members on the pod. They gotta go back to us
for sure.
But
damn, I thought it was 4 of them motherfuckers.
Nope, just
wrong.
Us two. Just us two.
Yeah, you thought wrong, bro. Yeah, we just got good taste, nigga. We got good taste, and yes, I think in the near future we might talk about this, in the in-person episode. But I know both of us, we want to start, having some local stuff going on too, because we are in different locations.
Right.
I think you're gonna see more in-person content. It might not just be me and Dylan in person, but you will start seeing more content, grow. So this is kind of like our tester on having special guests on, seeing how it works, how that flow goes. Mm-hmm. I think it'll go well.
Yeah, it's definitely going. I'm very excited for this upcoming episode. I'm very excited. It's gonna be a great one. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. Speaking of latest episode, right? A few episodes back, you had asked me if I watched She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Real shit. You would ask me. I said, hell fucking no. Hell no, I ain't watching no She-Hulk. But because you had brought it up, and because I had nothing to do one day,
you watched it.
I just binged the whole series. I watched all 9 episodes, right? What the fuck?
That was my exact.
Bro, the only thing I can say, we spent 9 episodes. We spent damn near 7 episodes teasing that Daredevil being in this motherfucker. Teasing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Spoiler warnings. Once again, this is the MCU, so there is no such thing as, like, spoilers in this world. Like, everything is already released. Everything is already shown. Twitter is like a fucking hound dog on, like, leaks and everything. So it's like, what is really surprising in this world?
Right.
So with that being in mind, the writers of this show, they had to be on crack. The writers of that show had to be on crack. They literally had a decent show mixed with a shitty show, mixed with shitty CG, mixed with decent camera visuals. I still don't get the purpose of why Titania was in that show at all. Like, at all. That shit made no sense to me. Then we get to the end. Hulk got a fucking son. Now, if you know the comics, it's not too far-fetched, but it's like, how long of a span did this show take space in? And how the fuck did he get from space and back in such a quick amount of time? Like, we didn't get any answers in this show. We got more questions than answers in the show. Like, what the fuck? I sat there at the end, bro. I did like the little Kevin thing. Because, like, at this point, Kevin is a fucking robot. And we'll talk about this.
Kevin Feige.
But, like, yeah, Kevin Feige is a fucking robot, bro. Like, this nigga is, like, literally shitting out shows at this point. And I'm just kind of like, Jesus Christ. Did you see where they're going to, dog, I got a lot of actual questions. So I'm going to stick with this list because I will tangent us to talk about Cartoon Network dying in this motherfucker, if I could. So let's just start with the last thing we watched. That's really why I brought up She-Hulk, because I haven't seen a movie in a minute. I usually like to watch movies. I think the last one I saw was Bullet Train.
How was
maybe
that?
Black Phone.
How was
Bullet Train was actually, a good corny movie. Like, this movie is made to be corny and like cheesy, but it's still a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I got from that movie. There was no part of that movie where I felt like, give Brad Pitt the Oscar. Like, no. They had Percy Jackson in that mud. Like, the Percy Jackson from the movie with the Black Rover, if you remember that day. Mm-hmm. He was in the fucking movie. Like, if that shows you anything about the cast, it's like putting Harry Potter in a movie. Nobody takes it as seriously. Like, I don't even know. Nobody calls him even Daniel Radcliffe. Like, it's literally just, oh, yeah, they put Harry Potter in that mug.
Right.
So, it was kind of weird seeing it. I don't know. It was a different type of movie. If you like corny jokes, if you like semi-decent action scenes, this is the one for you. If that's not tickling your fancy, go watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. If you like slow, just dialogue movies,
if you like really
or not
slow,
even barely dialogue, very slow, like nigga.
Extremely.
Like, if you want to watch a documentary, that's basically a documentary on cinema, more than it is like an actual film.
That movie what's the last?
Oh no,
yeah.
Go ahead.
When I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I thought it was good on first watch, and then on second watch, I was like, "How the fuck did he get away with making this slow ass movie?" I'm like, they greenlit this movie just because he's Tarantino. Just because it was Tarantino.
And like, that was his 9th film.
Yeah.
Like, if you told me, oh yeah, Quentin Tarantino only has 2 films left, I would have thought you would have used them last 2 to like the best of your ability.
Right.
The best of your ability. They literally just approved that script because they knew that nigga only had 2 scripts left. And I hate that. I hate that, really. But what's the last movie you saw, bro?
The last new movie I saw was Halloween Ends, but I watched Any Given Sunday last night. That's still like one of my favorite football movies. It's still one of my favorite football movies. But I saw Halloween Ends, and I'm glad Halloween has ended.
You know that director said he's okay with like making more movies, right?
Of course he is, because they bring in over $100 million each movie, and they get shittier and shittier. I saw Halloween, the reboot, well, not really the reboot, but the direct sequel when it came out back in 2018. Yeah. I thought that was good. I turned off Halloween Kills because it was just poor. The cinematography was ass, and the acting was ass, and the writing was ass. And this one I literally just watched because it was entertaining. But I'm like, This movie is stupid as hell. Now Michael Myers has a fucking sidekick, and
a sidekick?
It was like fucking Batman and Robin. He was like, he had a fucking evil sidekick Christ. Now who was helping him murder people. And then
was he in a mask too?
Yeah, he was. Then he stole Michael Myers' mask and tried to go kill Laurie. And he ended up offing himself. Yeah. And a lot of the marketing for the film made it seem like it was going to be like
spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler. Yeah, this whole episode is spoilers. We're doing a movie episode. It's nothing but spoilers.
Yeah.
They made it seem like it was like the final showdown between Laurie and Michael Myers.
Just Michael Myers. When
it was really just the last 10 minutes. It was really just yeah. And then at the end, they put him in like a grinder or some shit. So he's never coming back. Never coming back. I thought he was
Q Meat Grinder by MF Doom, by the way.
Yeah. He they ground that nigga up like fucking turkey.
That's so fucking lame. I would have rather saw another Final Destination movie this year. That would have been decent.
I saw the first 2 or 3. They just got so stupid.
The last one I saw is when they had that whole 3D gimmick, the whole 3D shtick, and it was like, it was the escalators. That's the only thing I can tell you about that whole movie.
Yeah.
And if you've seen that movie, you know exactly what I mean. I did not want to go down no escalators for like a month. I
Yeah.
ain't even gonna lie, that was actually very intense.
Yeah, there's a
But no,
yeah, with the Final Destinations, like even though they're stupid, some of the stuff in there is very plausible. Like I'll never drive
yeah,
behind a truck carrying tree logs or like steel
yeah,
pipes or shit.
concrete,
Yeah.
those big ass like loops of concrete. Like,
Yeah.
in fact, just the other month, I'm lying like a motherfucker because I've been in my position for like half a year now. So this might have been like 3 months ago. But one of those things actually did like snap on I-20.
Oh
So I'm
damn.
like, yeah, no thank you. No
Yeah.
thank you.
That's actually one of my biggest fears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
top 5.
Yeah.
It's top 5 up there, bro.
Yeah.
I cannot even cap on you. Falling from extreme heights and just being behind the wrong truck are top 5 risks in life for me. I know you saw that video of that nigga with the bear, right?
That shit was crazy.
If you see me in the truck, if you see me in the forest with a bear,
Help the
where's
bear!
the bear?
That shit, man.
That nigga Mystical was right, bruh. But you know they do say like you got to make loud ass screams. So like some people thought like the nigga was scared, but like nah, you got to scare the fuck out of a bear. You got like you got to sound like you the hardest nigga out.
That just shows social media. It just shows how many of y'all would have gotten fucked up or eaten by that bear. Y'all was like,
y'all would have got mauled.
and that was a black
And it's
bear
a black
too.
bear. Black bears are exactly.
So they're a little bit more
They're
docile
vegetarians.
than grizzlies. They're a little bit more docile than grizzlies and polar bears.
Yeah, because they're not gonna eat you.
Yeah.
like a black bear will not eat you. It will maul the dog shit out of you, but it will not eat you.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about like some of y'all would have got mauled.
Some of
That
y'all
reminds me of that video of that dude with the mountain lion while he was on his hike. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I don't think so.
Nigga just walking this mountain lion, come up, start hissing and shit. He like, ah, ah, ah. He start yelling and shit. It's like a weird ass face off between him and the mountain lion. I'm like, oh shit, y'all better than me, bro. Like, I know this is a movie episode, bro, but some of y'all, here come my hater mode. You will never catch me on a fucking you will never catch me on a fucking nature hike.
Hell nah.
Never.
Hell no.
You will never catch me on a nature hike, bro. Like, especially in places like California. Like, no, bruh. No. Y'all still have mountain lions up there. Like, that's nature. Like, that's real deal nature up there, bruh. No. No. What, you want some too, old man? No. No. Like, for real, bruh. I'm not doing that shit.
Nah, that's no. I'm not fucking with nature.
No go, bruh.
I'm not fucking with nature.
Yeah.
Unless I'm going hiking, I got that thing on me, then nah.
Nigga, I gotta have a couple things on me, nigga. I gotta have a couple things.
I gotta have some illegal things on me.
I'm trying to tell you, I might have to call 21 up. But no, I forgot that I had actually seen another movie, Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul.
I saw that too.
From,
I saw that too. What did you think of that?
Yeah, the Eddie Long movie. The Eddie Long movie. If y'all don't remember that whole Eddie Long controversy, and of course because Eddie Long is dead, however y'all feel, if you want to tell him rest in peace, dog, he's been dead. He died damn near 3 months after the controversy, and Jamal Harrison Bryant took up his church and then got into another controversy, which was funny as hell to me. But that whole Honk for Jesus, bruh, funnier than I thought it was going to be. I find it funny that Regina King and bruh from This Is Us had never heard Knuck If You Buck. That was their first time like hearing it for the movie.
Yeah.
They did a really good job, and some of y'all have not seen the movie, and we're using that clip. Meanwhile, like, the whole context of them singing that song was so fucking sick. Like, so sick. And the fact that they recorded it in Atlanta and knowing that Eddie Long preached in Atlanta is even funnier. Like, there were certain things about this where you could tell somebody black wrote this a minute ago, and like Eddie Long died, so they had to hold off on the movie. Mm-hmm. Now that they have the opportunity to, it was hilarious. It was actually the top 5 funniest unique scripts I've seen in a minute, because there are funny scripts that I've read that aren't unique. Like, there are funny movies out here, but they just don't feel like they're original scripts. This was pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. I thought the performances were good. Script was good. My mom after it, because I
Yeah.
saw it with my mom, my dad, and Faith. My mom was like, it was really deep. It was really deep. There was a really deep movie. Um,
It reminds me of when you was trying to talk to your uncle about Nope.
yeah. I was my uncle in that situation. Like, now, don't get me wrong. If you saw the movie, I think there's some subjects in
There's
there.
definitely some layers.
There's
There's some
definitely
layers.
layers in there, but it's nothing we ain't seen or heard of in the news before. Um,
Exactly. Like, especially for folks in Atlanta, like there were a lot of people that were like literally whispering Eddie Long's name, like he was a fucking myth in the movie theater. I bet you probably didn't get that same experience in L.A. Black people like, damn, that's Eddie Long, Eddie. That's Eddie Long, Eddie. Eddie Long, Eddie Long, Eddie Long, Eddie Long.
yeah, I remember hearing
Damn.
about the Eddie Long controversy, but I didn't. But I was so young, I didn't know what it was about.
I have a great aunt that went to his church, and stuck with him through the controversy. So I heard a lot about it growing up. I heard way too much about that growing up, and to say this, churches are very predatory places in certain areas. All jokes aside, this ain't no religion talk. I'm not one of those type of people that brings up religion, but to be very fair, predators do exist in all spaces. If y'all are comfortable with watching the Jeffrey Dahmer movie or whatever, I'm not watching that shit. But if you're comfortable with watching that, you should have no problem watching Honk for Jesus,
Right.
whatsoever. Or to say that either movie is more potent than the other, because they're both touching on very serious subjects. And to bring up the whole Jeffrey Dahmer thing, let's talk about Netflix. Let's talk about streaming. Because Jeffrey Dahmer's movie made it to number 2 most streamed movie on Netflix.
Was it? Is it behind?
And I think
Squid Game.
that's ever. It might
Yeah.
just be right behind Squid Game. And I think that's ever. And meanwhile, you got Netflix about to switch to this advertisement model. And someone brought this up on another podcast I watch. Sometimes I watch these white folks in their podcasts. So on Comic Pop, they beat out Rory and Maul during the Amazon Awards. And I actually watched them before they beat them out.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I'm probably the reason why they won. But they had an episode just talking about the status of streaming wars, and something that someone brought up was like Netflix created the binge model. Like, sit, watch, do not stop watching until the series is over, the season is over, blah, blah, blah. And like, it interrupted the whole ad system. So to see them go back and backtrack on that, I don't think Netflix is going to last longer. I wonder what's going to happen. Because, like, bro, we already live in we live in a world where everything can be bootleg.
Right.
Everything. Like, so you've already seen it. And, people call this out. HBO Max died. I'm sure there's still things on there, but, like, it died. Discovery Plus died. The only people that are really left, Hulu is technically dead. Hulu is owned by Disney Plus. So at any point, they can just merge those two. So I consider Hulu to be a dead service. There's really just Disney Plus and Netflix left. And I'm very curious as to who will come out on top.
Well, I wouldn't say HBO Max is dead, even though I feel like I feel like they'll merge it with Discovery.
The only problem with that, bro. Go ahead though. I got something for that.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna merge it with Discovery. And in terms of Hulu, the thing is, Hulu has content on there that you can't necessarily put on Disney Plus. Like, it has
Disney's
a lot
about
of
to get out of that whole
FX.
model.
You said what?
I think Disney's going to get out of that model soon.
Hopefully.
I think they own too many companies.
Hopefully.
They own too many companies. Like, they will have to eventually make adult-friendly content.
Like, I was...
And someone was talking about... Go ahead.
No, I was saying, I saw this infographic, because I was just wondering, like, how many fucking companies does Disney own? I looked at this infographic.
Did I send that to you yet?
What, the infographic?
Mm-hmm.
No, I looked it up.
Okay.
And it was like it's actually ridiculous. Like I'm
Yeah.
surprised the government hasn't gone after Disney for some antitrust laws or
Fucking
against
like dog.
monopolies because Disney
That shit is so
owns
close to a monopoly, bro.
Disney owns 20th Century Fox, Lucasfilm, Marvel, um, and God
Fox.
knows how many companies and studios Fox owned. Like
Exactly.
that in itself is just that's damn
It's
near a
asinine.
monopoly. Like, oh, I think probably half the content that we consume actually comes from a Disney company.
Yeah, because you got to think that's ABC, that's FX, that's FXX, that's ESPN, that's everything, bro. That's everything, bro. I really do not see a world that exists without Disney right now. Like Avatar 2 is a Disney film.
Right. Avatar one is a
Avatar
Disney
2,
one. It's a Disney film,
yeah, now.
and now it is.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ. And it's so crazy. Like I did not expect that to happen. But nah, I was okay, I'm back recording. But I was just looking at all that and I was like, bro, all this shit has changed so much from what it used to be. I never really expected. If someone had told me 5, 6 years ago, yeah, Disney's about to own everything.
I'm like y'all didn't think fucking theme parks and just Toy Story was enough. Y'all had to go take over every like aspect of entertainment damn near. I'm surprised them niggas haven't bought out Def Jam yet.
They would own Def Jam if they could. Like if somebody told Disney, "Hey, yeah, we're about to go ahead and just start going into the music industry. Let's just start with Universal. Like let's just buy out Universal Music." They could do it.
Nah,
They could do it.
that would truly be that would be on some that would really be on some monopoly shit. 'Cause that's one of the
Antitrust for real. Antitrust.
that's one of the majors. That's one of the major three. Warner,
Yep.
Warner, Sony, and Universal. That's one of the three.
Yep. Top three. Top three. Because Columbia is a subsidiary of Universal. Question mark.
Columbia is under Sony or Universal.
Yeah, it's under one of them. I know it's a subsidiary. I just forget
Yeah.
of who. But no, like God knows, like this streaming shit has hit. I think it's hit its fucking precipice. Like we're at the climax.
Yeah.
Like something has to give. Something has to give.
It's kind
And
of
I know
like
we were talking about HBO Max.
yeah. Well, I kind of liken it to because eventually consumers are gonna get tired, right? Like people got tired,
Yeah.
like when Apple Music, like when half your artists were on Apple Music and the other half were on Tidal. But eventually they're like, shit, I'm
Yeah.
losing out on money. Let me just put my stuff on both. Like I feel like it's gonna
Right. And it wasn't even the artist. It was definitely the labels. I think
yeah
the labels figured it out before
yeah
the consumer did. Like the average consumer or the artist.
yeah. But
Because
now
people were making decent money off Tidal alone.
yeah, I think Tidal has the biggest payout.
They do.
Yeah, Tidal has the
Easily.
biggest payout for artists. Um, but yeah, eventually they're just like, look, let's just put our music on both. I kind of, and then with streaming, or no, still on music. Now, like
Yeah.
if you look at what Snoop Dogg is doing, he took all the Death Row stuff off of. He's been done this, but he took all the Death Row albums off
Yeah.
of streaming services. He's gonna make a Death Row streaming service, which I think it
So fucking stupid.
unless you're dropping new music with like, and that shit has to be dope. It can't be more than
Yeah.
$5 a month because niggas is already paying $10 a month for Apple Music or Spotify.
Yeah, nobody wants to add a separate legacy content like streaming service.
Right.
And not just for one label.
Right.
Like that's the real thing. Like if you could do Bad Boy, Death Row, you could do like let's name 4 or 5 other brands or like labels that were big
Murder
at that
Inc.
time.
If you can do like Bad Boy,
Right.
Death Row, Murder Inc., Rough Riders, and who's the
Whoever
fucking
3 6
fifth?
was signed to, fucking like I don't know. That whole thing is weird. Legacy content is hard to sell. Legacy content in and of itself is really hard to sell. And this was my whole thing with like HBO Max, and like with HBO Max, you got to think Warner is going into HBO and is like cleaning house bad. Like they are cleaning the hell up out of house, and they're deciding what they're gonna go with, what they're not gonna go with. They're seeing that like legacy content doesn't sell. They're getting rid of old content. They're taking it off the service, and it's like HBO Max is not what it originally was. And I even forgot that HBO Max was HBO buying out Cinemax. I forgot all about that. Like that's literally why it's called HBO Max.
Yeah.
And to see all of that whole thing just kind of fall apart. Like now this is just HBO Plus, really. Like this is just HBO Plus.
Right.
And I don't know, bro. I really don't see HBO Max lasting much longer, especially with the business decisions that Warner is making. You got to think like this whole Ezra Miller shit with the Flash.
And they're sticking by him too.
They are sticking by him. Just imagine you were 95% done with a unique Batgirl movie. You had fucking what is his name? Oh my god.
Who?
Oh my god, what is his name? The original Batman, not the original, but
Ben Affleck?
No, not Ben Affleck. Before Ben Affleck, before Christian Bale,
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. They brought him back for the Batgirl movie.
Yeah.
95% done with the film. 95% done. The film was done. Spent $90 million on the movie, and they were just like, "Fuck it, we're sticking with Ezra Miller." What?
That's the best choice. People ain't fucking with Ezra Miller. They're not gonna go see that movie.
People are not fucking with Ezra Miller, bro. That movie is going to flop abysmally. Like abysmally. And now, you know, you kind of got this whole thing with The Rock, creating the Rock verse. Just imagine, we're in the timeline where Warner fucked up. No, where HBO fucked up so bad, and Warner fucked up right behind them, that they were like, we need the biggest actor we can find. Meanwhile, they actually had a decent Superman. Meanwhile, they had a movie with a semi-decent choice of a Batman. Like, Michael Keaton is old, yes, but that would have been an interesting way of putting Batman into, like, a different space. Like, we've never really dealt with an old Batman. Same way we'll never see an old James Bond. We will never see, like, certain characters. They're supposed to be timeless characters. You will never see an old Superman on screen. Cool. We had a chance to, like, completely change that narrative. And they were like, best actor we can think of is The Rock. That nigga from Jumanji. The nigga who played the Scorpion King.
Look, he was in Fast 5 too. He was in Fast 5 and 6 and 7. Was he in 7?
This nigga The Rock said, they bring me to save movie franchises. Like, you got to think, when Fast and Furious 5 came out, they gave him Hobbs and Shaw. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like, Vin Diesel is beefing with The Rock to this day for his comments on saying, I saved Fast and Furious.
Right.
Like,
because they were about to be a straight to DVD franchise, and it's funny because the first 2 Fast and Furious were dope, but they just kept going downhill after that one.
Because you can't just everything about Fast and Furious, and one of the car stunt directors, so like the people that facilitate all the accidents that you see, the over the top, let's put a car on a helicopter, let's drive a car out of a cargo plane. Like, there's people that just literally direct the cars. And they were like, every year we talk to the directors and they just want bigger. What?
Yeah. It's like the
shit's has not literally died in those movies.
Yeah. Like, it's not even about racing no more. The last one, niggas went to space. They had Tyrese and fucking Ludacris in space. What are these niggas doing in space in a movie called Fast and Furious?
Like, come on, bro. Like, damn, we drove enough cars. Call Elon Musk. Get the SpaceX program ready. Like, fuck no. Fuck no, bro. And it's like, okay, so you send The Rock in. Rock gets a whole side series with Fast and Furious. Hobbs and Shaw damn near survives on its own without Fast and Furious. So I don't think The Rock is wrong to say that, like, he does his thing with franchises. Jumanji was a dead franchise. They got 2 movies, and I'm sure they're making a third. I'm sure they're making a third. Those first 2 were too lucrative.
Yeah.
And now you've got the Rockverse building up. Like, fuck the DC universe. It's now the Rockverse. And there are rumors and leaks going around saying that Henry Cavill is playing Superman in Black Adam. That we will see a fight between Black Adam and Superman in the movie, or we will see a post-credit scene with Henry Cavill in the movie. And Jesus Christ. Because now we're talking about a Man of Steel 2. Because now we're talking about a Man of Steel 2.
Man of Steel 2
Man of Steel,
what came out, what, a decade ago?
It never came out.
No, Man of Steel 1.
Man of Steel 2. We skipped Man of Steel 2.
Yeah,
we skipped it. Went straight to Batman v Superman. We went straight to Justice League. We went straight to Batman v Superman. Killed Superman. Brought him back for the Justice League. Stopped doing the Justice League. Created a 4-hour cut of the movie. And then we gave The Rock the rights. And then all of a sudden now it's back to fucking square one and we're doing Man of Steel 2.
Yeah, I don't...
Meanwhile, Snyder can't make a movie that's under fucking 3.5 hours.
Right.
That nigga's expensive.
And on top of that, I don't like, what's his name isn't Batman anymore. And you can't...
Oh, yeah, Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck's not Batman. The Batman that you guys had isn't Batman anymore. And you guys have Robert Pattinson as Batman, but that's in a whole separate universe.
And then, y'all got the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, doing one of the best Joker performances. You know, I won't ever say that it compares to Heath Ledger because that's like apples and oranges.
Yeah.
Like the direction that they went with those characters are two completely different things. So, you know, I can't say which one is better or worse, but you had a solid performance from Joaquin Phoenix. Like a solid performance from that man.
You're right.
In his own separate universe. So separate that the sequel is a musical co-starring Lady Gaga.
Like...
Conceptualize that. Like,
there's
them niggas at Warner were like...
There's no cohesiveness in anything. Like, they just have too much... They're not organized at fucking all. They're not organized.
No.
Like, I don't know if their goal is to make something like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where it's like you have intertwined universes, and sure, there's like different universes that you have different characters in, and you have the same character in multiple universes, but there's something that ties all that together. There's nothing in DC that ties all of their universes together.
Marvel's best thing that they still haven't really capitalized on is creating a multiverse.
Yeah.
And like even to the point to where we can use the term multiverse in common like conversation. That's very interesting to me that like it's become such a common term that when you say the word multiverse, nobody looks at you like you're a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody blinks twice. And even the MCU has not done a great job of like really exploring that multiverse. Like literally the Multiverse of Madness had 3 worlds.
Yeah.
Had 3 worlds.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's cool, but like they have the opportunity to literally create a whole movie. Like just create a whole movie and be like, took place on a different Earth. Like the amount of franchises they can literally create out of thin air. The amount of recasts they can just do because they feel like it. They have the infrastructure to create it.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, you got DC like literally on hands and knees begging to The Rock to become Kevin Feige for the DC universe. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Nah, DC.
And y'all actually had decent movies before The Rock.
Right.
That's the thing. Like, I can get that, you know, you want somebody to help you organize whatever the fuck is going on in your universe or whatever the fuck you want to call it, because it's not even a universe. We can just call it the DC movies. They might as well just call it DCM. Like, the fact that they put the word universe in their title implies that there's interconnectedness. And it's not. It's just DC movies, bruh. Which is fine, but stop using the word universe and stop trying to follow the MCU model if you're not going to follow the universe model. Like, the main part of the MCU is the interconnectedness of the film.
Right. Yeah, I remember in a previous episode, I had said that DC is in a prime opportunity. I just be saying shit.
Yeah.
I said
no, they did have a really good opportunity.
They did until and it's funny because The Rock at first was saying he was not gonna fight Shazam, and then they said look Rock, you need to look Rock, you gonna fight Shazam and you gonna fight uh, what's the name? Like you're not for Superman. You're not gonna have just all these movies by yourself. By yourself.
Yeah, like, bro, Black Adam is Shazam's number one villain.
Yeah, and he said he's
Quite
not gonna
literally.
fight
Quite
Shazam.
literally. They're they literally have the same logo. And you thought they weren't gonna put y'all in the same movie? And you thought y'all weren't gonna get in the same movie, bro?
Right.
The Rock is convoluted for that. The Rock is convoluted for that, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. And I think about that all the fucking time. Like, this shit is so bad, bro. And it's like, I give Kevin Feige a lot of shit. Because let's talk about the MCU, bro. The MCU.
This phase.
Them motherfuckers right there.
They
Them
need to
motherfuckers
take.
right there.
I truly believe the MCU that Marvel just needs to take a year. Take a year. Don't release a movie. Don't release a show. Just take a year and just like organize.
Hire
things.
new fucking staff.
Hire
new fucking staff.
Hire new people, and organize.
Yes.
Organize the movies.
Like,
write out.
I ain't gonna lie though.
Good scripts.
That's the main problem because I feel like the MCU has a really good concept of a timeline. Like they have a really good idea of we want to do these shows and these movies within a 7-year period. That's very well and fine, bro. But I do not want the writer of Shang-Chi writing Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
How corny was Shang-Chi? Or Shang-Chi, however you pronounce
Shang-Chi.
it, bro. That shit was not it. Like as far as writing goes, no.
Yeah.
No. Meanwhile,
the best
you got Marshall Ali.
Oh no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say
ahead,
the best
bro.
writing. The best writing in Marvel honestly came from the Captain America movies and Avengers.
Yes. Yeah.
Those were the best
Barely
written Marvel
the
movies.
Avengers. Yeah. The Avengers had like good moments and bad moments. I think we'll always remember the Avengers movies for like Endgame and
I think Infinity War was the best written Avengers movie. I still think Infinity War is probably the best Marvel movie, next to Winter Soldier. Maybe
Infinity War. The Winter Soldier might have it. Soldier might have it, bro.
You think so?
Every time I watch that movie, bro, I remember when the trailer for the Winter Soldier came out, bro, and we watching like I don't know, bro. When Captain America 1 came out, that was really when like we realized that like Marvel might have something because every film that they had done prior was very good. I'm not gonna say they were ass movies, but like Thor 1, for instance, we didn't necessarily need a sequel to Thor 1, and we figured that out the hard way with Thor: The Dark World. Mm-hmm. Like we figured that out the hard way. The Incredible Hulk came out, and it was solid. Then they recast him. And Robert Downey Jr. just created a whole mythos of like Iron Man. Iron Man was not as popular as he was until Robert Downey Jr. helmed the name.
Right.
So we give Robert Downey Jr. a different pass. Like he's like a different type of lead. Okay. Then Captain America 1 came out, and I remember watching it like
Captain America 1 was good.
Back.
That was good.
Yeah, it was a solid movie. It was a solid movie from beginning all the way to the end. And the only reason why it was even fire is because as soon as Captain America 1 came out and it finished, you saw him in the present time in the middle of New York, and you were like, "Oh shit!" Like that was a great setup just to be like, damn, this nigga about to be in some more movies. Like, they didn't even have to do that lame shit that they have to do like now, like Captain America will return. Thor will return.
Right.
Like, you knew for a fact, like, if Captain America is right here in present day New York, some shit's about to go down.
Did the Avengers come right after Captain America?
The Avengers dropped right after. The Avengers takes place right after. Boom. Yeah. We're like, okay, this is solid. But it was still kind of like a corny movie. Like, it was still a corny kind of movie. Then, Captain America 2 comes out. And I remember the trailer. I did all that setup just to go back to this one point. We see Cap. He looking all stressed. It's shit blowing up. You see Cap throw the shield damn near at the end of the fucking trailer.
I
and
don't
we
remember the trailer
catch that thing.
like that.
I remember that like that, bro. Shit blowing up. You see Cap running. He chasing somebody. He throw the shield. That metal arm and just that mask. I'm like, I didn't even think they could outdo Captain America 1, but like when I saw that, like just that sequence, I was like, oh my God, these niggas done it. They've done it. That's when I thought the MCU had the recipe. Like, I know Kevin Feige was sitting there rolling in money. I know when that trailer dropped, he was rolling in money. Like, I know Disney stock or Marvel stock went up
Wait, so after the
because Marvel was still
Avengers,
Marvel.
right after the Avengers, you had Iron Man 3, then Thor: The Dark World, then Captain America: Winter
Jesus
Soldier.
fucking Christ. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. So, Thor the Dark World was ass.
Dark World
Iron Man 3 got a lot of
ass,
complaints.
ass,
Iron Man
ass.
3 got a lot of complaints. Then we saw that trailer.
The Iron Man movies got worse as they, because the first one I thought was one of the is still one of the best MCU movies, and then by the time Iron Man 3
I
came,
liked 2.
I like two as
I
well. I
liked
like
2 a
two.
lot.
There are some people that
Where
didn't
does
like
my
two.
bird?
I
Look,
like
not
two. I
my
didn't like
bird.
three. I did not like three at all.
I didn't mind 3. 3 was really one of those things where, and this is a problem with all of the other franchises except for Captain America. People don't know how to end trilogies properly. And maybe Spider Man. Maybe Spider Man gets a pass.
Yeah, because his trilogy is gonna morph into another trilogy.
Exactly. Like, Cap did a good job with having a solid trilogy because his third movie was damn near just an Avengers movie.
Yeah, just without the Hulk.
That's what you do. That's what you do. You do a
Yeah,
damn near. You do an Avengers movie.
I forget
Cool.
that was a Captain America movie actually, because I forget
Exactly.
that was not an Avengers movie.
Exactly. That's why I say like the Avengers movies as they stand by themselves. Like if I just look at Avengers movies, Infinity War, solid. But like when I think about like the Avengers as a whole, Civil War, hands down the best. Like seeing them niggas in action. I don't know, bro. It was cool because like you can't feel the weight of a fight between any two groups without it feeling like somewhat personal, right? So even in Infinity War, like just fighting a bunch of aliens on an open plain in Wakanda does not feel as serious as Avengers 1 where like they're tearing the dog shit out of New York.
Yeah,
Like you can tell people are dying. You know what I mean? We just kind of wanted to see our favorite heroes kind of like at their strongest and see them lose. Like that's what made Infinity War good. Like they lost. It wasn't necessarily the weight of the fights. It wasn't necessarily that it felt like, damn, I don't know how they're gonna make it out of this.
well,
There were a lot of times in
the
this movie where I thought the Avengers were gonna win in Infinity War. No cap.
I
No
didn't either.
cap. I did.
I
Up until the moment where I saw that Thanos got that soul stone. When I saw him get the soul stone, I said, oh shit.
well
That was my old shit moment.
the thing is, I knew it was gonna be a two part, so I figured they're not gonna win. But I was like, they if they win, it's gonna be like by like
Thanos retreats and comes back.
yeah.
I thought it was going to be one of those, like, this plan didn't work, I'll be back. Overall, how I feel about it, the MCU took a lot of time to develop a universe that just solely focused on the Avengers and nothing else. And I've
Yeah.
said this before in the episode.
Yeah.
Like, they're the only people that I know that have made the multiverse a common thing and have not taken a single movie to really explore it. Like they have yet to really give us a story outside of our mainline heroes. Just imagine one day they gave us like a white Black Panther. Not to say they should. Not to say they should. Not to say they should.
Mm,
But like, rest the multiverse. Who cares?
yeah.
Do weird shit. Like, do weird shit. Do like, and then they have the nerve to give us the animated What If. Like,
I never
it,
watched. I never watched What If. I never watched it.
you didn't miss out on much, bro. To be honest.
Okay, good. But
You did not miss out on much.
no, this whole I just know, and I said this before. They just better not fuck up Black Panther or Blade. And Blade, I'm glad they're going back. and finding a new director, redoing the script. They said the script was only 90 pages, fam. A 90-page script.
I believe that.
What is that?
I believe
Hour
that.
15-minute movie? Hour. That's an hour.
More
30.
or
That's an
less.
hour 30 because each page
Should be an hour.
is the minute.
It should be an hour. It should be an hour 30. But there were two lame-ass fight sequences that probably took up 15 to 30 pages. So you've probably got an hour of dialogue.
That's crazy. And especially
if I were Masala Ali,
I would drop out of the project.
Definitely turn that down, bro.
If I saw this,
I would have dropped it.
So this is the script. So this is the script.
What the fuck?
This is
what
the script.
Fuck?
Yeah, nah.
You think
y'all can
you
go
think
get
they gonna replace
shit.
me with Wesley? You bring Wesley Snipes back. If you gonna do all that shit,
damn near. He's not gonna be able to do
damn
the
near.
stunts. But
Marcel Ali ain't doing no damn stunts. That shit gonna be CGI to all hell. You remember seeing the last fight of Black Panther?
Okay, now I heard they did that shit like 3 weeks before the fucking movie released.
But one a single actor on set. Real quick.
But yeah, they so the director for Blade dropped out, and they are currently looking for a new director. There was rumors on Twitter about Sam Raimi directing. I wish Sam Raimi would fucking direct it. That would be dope. That's right up his alley. But I doubt he's gonna come back and do Blade. And they're saying Mahershala, I can't pronounce the dude's name, but he's a dope actor. They said he's still attached to the project. Good. But now I'm just glad that they saw that they was gonna put out some bullshit and was like, no, we can't do Blade like this. So yeah, whenever Blade comes out, I think it's gonna come out in 2024 or 2025. Whenever it comes out, I will be there. In a black sunglasses and all leather outfit, kind of like how when niggas came out, kind of like how when niggas came out in dashikis that they had bought on the way to the movie theater go see Black Panther. Yeah, it'll it'll surely be a exciting time. This nigga still don't have a mic. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to talk. But what else?
Oh, bro, I thought I had unmuted. I'm gonna use my headphone mics in the time being, bro, because I definitely said it'll be a sight to see.
Yeah, it'll be a sight to see.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I want to see niggas in leather jackets throughout the whole theater.
I'm pulling up. I'm gonna look like
it'll look more like the Black Panther party.
Right. It'll look more Black Panthers than Black Panther.
That's funny as fuck.
That shit.
What the
fuck? But I'm damn near more excited for Blade than I am Black Panther 2. I just wish they had just recasted Black Panther. Now I understand in the comic books Shuri becomes Black Panther, and I get that. But Shuri don't become Black Panther in Black Panther, the second comic book. Like there's a lot of.
And then on top of that, fucking T'Challa was still alive. Like Shuri was Black Panther for all of like 7 issues.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Yeah, y'all not gonna sit there and okay.
And then
so all my people back in hater mode, bro. Because my mic is back. I need niggas to hear me clearly.
Hear me clearly.
Right. Yeah. All y'all people that sit there and try to say, oh, it's comics. You can do whatever you want. They're fictional characters. Fuck all this other. If it's fictional characters and fuck it, then fuck it. Recast people.
Right.
I don't mind Shuri being like Black Panther. Let's be very honest though. Our Shuri actress is not the best choice. Like, nigga, if we're gonna talk about recasting, recast the whole damn cast. Except for Angela Bassett and where's her? Where's her?
M'Baku.
Who's closer to the sun?
You can keep Lupita too. Keep Lupita.
Yeah, Lupita was humble. She didn't really have that much dialogue in the last movie. If you really look back,
I thought she was gonna play a bigger role in the last movie. Actually,
Exactly. Like she didn't have that much time to like.
yeah.
She's a great actress and everything, but
keep Shawty from The Walking Dead, Danny Gura. Is that her? I can't pronounce her name.
She was fine. She was fine.
Keep her. But yeah, I really feel like they really could have recasted Black Panther. And I know there might be some people who listen to this. I'm like, oh, you just don't want to see a woman be Black Panther. No, it's not that.
Nah.
Motherfucker, nigga had one movie. The nigga had one movie.
He had technically 2. He was in Civil War.
Oh yeah, all right, Civil War and Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame.
4 films. He was in
4 films, but he had one
mainline film.
Yeah, mainline film.
And then on top of that, they almost fired the actress for Shuri this time because she was over there passing out anti-vax pamphlets on set.
Yeah, and she refused to get vaccinated.
Yeah, like whatever you feel about vaccination, pro or against, bro. Like Tom Cruise said, bro. Everybody's depending on us. Right. We're the only people recording right now. Like, don't put these folks at risk. Right. Like, you are a professional actress, dealing with not only just the people that you're on screen with, camera people, production people, hair and makeup people, the people that cater for the set. That's a lot of individuals to be kind of like in close contact with. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And it's like, bro, regardless of what you feel, like, don't put everybody at risk like that. And then on top of that, if you feel differently than other people, pull a Aaron Rodgers.
And just lie about
that shit. Just lie about that shit for like the sake of your job. Just lie about that shit for the sake of your job at this point, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing passing out pamphlets on set? Like, you know how corny you look.
That's just crazy.
And then she went on this whole rant on Twitter or Instagram or somewhere, like posting about like my God and the God I serve. Bro, God got nothing to do with this. Don't bring God into this. I love when people say that. Don't bring God into this shit. Don't bring God into this shit. Like, come on now. This has nothing to do with God, and this has everything to do with your personal opinions, which is fine. But like, don't sit there and play. It's like, that's the whole reason I would really want to recast her. To be honest, like, cool, she could be Black Panther, but just not her. You know what I mean? Not you.
Who?
Like, no cap.
If they had recasted Black Panther, who do you think would have been a good Black Panther? We might have had this conversation before, but I don't remember.
Nah, we didn't talk about it yet.
Cause I was low-key saying the nigga who plays, cause I mean whoever you replace him with, he's probably gonna be British anyway. So I was saying the dude. You don't watch Snowfall, do you?
Not for real, but I know like some of the faces.
Yeah, the guy who plays Franklin.
Oh yeah,
I built this brick by brick.
Damon,
I actually saw
Damson,
that. I saw Damson Idris. I saw that nigga at the ball the other day. Actually, he was with a shawty. I didn't say nothing.
He be in LA.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was going up the escalator. I was like, wait, is that Franklin? He was with the chicks. That was funny, but
just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Yeah, he be.
Hey, bro, he was on his Denzel. He was on his Denzel on that one though.
Nah, he is single-handedly holding that entire show up. Him and the nigga that play his uncle, who was if you've seen the meme, it's like teach a boy how to squabble.
It's supposed to be titties in here, man. What happened
to the bitches? What happened to the titties? What happened to the bitches and titties?
And the way he talks in real life is so different than that. So different than that. Like, it was such an interesting journey to find this character. I could not even believe that it was possible.
Isn't that how like
when you hear him in real life, you're like, nah, he sounded like who the fuck does he sound? He sounded like a fucking comedian. What a bit? It's supposed to be titties.
No, that's a lot of actors though, because I definitely when I finally found out how what's the nigga name that plays Ghost?
I know exactly.
When I found out how he actually talks, I was like, it is totally different. And then he just poetry on the side too. He does poetry as well.
You know him, Marsala Ali. Well, you know Marsala Ali was a rapper before he started acting.
Yeah.
I could see bruh doing the same thing, but he's more on like the common vein.
Mm-hmm.
Like he looks like he raps like, "Queen, I love the way you look inside that dress."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like the very corny woke Hotep type, very very much so. And he's an alpha.
Yeah.
But like, not to disrespect, because you know, it's just it all adds to the character. It all adds to like the mythos of these actors, bro. I swear to you.
This is a big rich thing. Omari Hardwick. How could I forget Omari Hardwick? Ghost. That shit. But nah, back to what we were saying. Like, who do you think? Who do you think could have played Black Panther though?
It is actually very difficult to think of somebody off the top of my head
because they have to be black.
Yeah.
And Black Panther already used a lot of black actors and actresses.
The MCU has used a lot of black actors because you got to think Marsala's out of the game, Jonathan Majors is out of the game,
mm-hmm.
Michael B. Jordan is out of the game. Mm-hmm. Who else? Technically speaking, Terrence Howard is retired from acting.
Terrence Howard is fucking Black Panther. My name is Mayne.
Give me the heart shirt fruit, man. Give me the heart shirt herb, man.
This my suit, sorry, man.
As you can see, I ain't dead, man. Wakanda forever, man.
Wakanda forever, man.
Why don't you like my mixtape, man? Why don't you like my mixtape, man?
Yo, can we? I'm gonna say this right here, right now. That is one of the greatest hip hop movies of all time. Yeah. Fucking Hustle and Flow. Yeah. That movie made me actually want to start rapping. I'm not even gonna fucking lie.
Yeah. Shout out to 3-6. Shout out to 3-6.
You know what's hard out here for a pimp. That shit.
They did that whole soundtrack.
Whip That Trick was in my rotation. A decade later, like.
Just imagine they got fucking your twin to play Black Panther.
Anthony Anderson to play Black Panther. Nigga would be the fattest Black Panther ever.
He lost the weight. You know he lost the weight.
Nigga's still big. Yo, and the thing is, you can't have no light-skinned Black Panther either. If the nigga had a light-skinned Black Panther, I might ask for a refund. I'm going to ask for a refund.
Because, like, speaking of, the dude from Bridgerton, he's starring in that new TV show with Samuel L. Jackson, Secret Wars. He's going to be in there.
Okay.
Another black actor gone. He's the main villain, actually.
I wouldn't want him to be Black Panther, though. I can't handle light-skinned Black Panther.
Yeah,
like, if Michael Ealy were Black Panther, if Michael Ealy were Black Panther, I'd throw my fucking popcorn.
They could have got John David Washington. Psych. Psych.
You know, this how we just laughed at that. And there's no diss to John David Washington, but it's because
that's just not his type of movie.
Yeah, it's just not his type of role or movie. And then he looks just like his dad, and his acting style is very much like his dad's too.
I do not agree that he looks like his dad. I'm probably the only person in the world who says like that man looks nothing like Denzel to me.
It's funny because he don't look exactly like him. Actually, I'm gonna take it back. He don't look exactly like him, but you know that's Denzel's kid.
Yeah, they have similar mannerisms.
Yeah,
they have very similar mannerisms,
and his
on and off screen.
Honestly, his voice might be closer to Denzel's than anything else.
Yeah, John David would make a better James Bond than anything.
I liked him in Tenet.
Tenet was his best film to me. Oh shit.
Tenet was. I still don't know what the fuck that movie was about, but that was a good movie. We're back again.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't really know who would have replaced Chadwick Boseman, and it's not like where it's not like we just don't know based on acting ability. We just don't fucking know. There's not enough black actors. I don't think that the MCU actually hasn't used yet that could play Black Panther.
Right.
So maybe that's the reason they didn't recast him. They just didn't know who they would recast him with.
Yeah. I think part of that was that, and then like I think Kevin Feige was just like, no. I think Kevin Feige was just like, no.
Yeah, Kevin
Straight
Feige
up.
is like
I
Big
think he
Brother
just
over
told
at
niggas,
Marvel.
He's more than Big Brother, nigga. That nigga, just like that shit has said, bro. Like that motherfucker is whatchamacallit, bro. He's definitely the robot of whatchamacallit.
Yeah,
He's definitely the Big Brother of the MCU. I guess the best way to kind of like tie all this together, because we've been talking about the DCU, we talked about the Rockverse, and that includes Jumanji, Fast and Furious, and the Black Adam movies all in one universe. If that wasn't very clear, like, yeah, The Rock is at all times a video game character. He is Hobbs and he is Black Adam all at the same time. The motherfucker was on that DC pet superhero thing, and they literally gave him the chance to play himself in like 3 roles. He played himself as like Superman's dog, he played Black Adam's dog, and then he played Black Adam. I kid you not.
You talking about Super Pets?
Yes. Yes. They gave him 3 roles in the same movie.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him 3 roles in the same movie. Mm-hmm. That's also in the Rockverse. But with that in mind, who's going to beat out who? Who's going to beat out who? Is it, are you putting your money on DC right now? You put your money on the MCU? Or something else?
I'm putting my money on The Rock.
You ain't gonna lose your money. Ain't gonna lose your money.
Nah,
you might want to buy some Terramana stock.
The Rock versus is strong. The Rock is the first nigga with his own universe, damn near. The Rock is the first actor to have his own universe.
Yeah, this is gonna be the first actor turned Kevin Feige ever.
Right. He's gonna be director, producer, damn near gonna be like the Tyler Perry of his own universe.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Tyler Perry might be the first nigga with his own universe. Tyler Perry might be the first nigga. Do you watch Atlanta still?
I need to watch the last season. I heard it's good.
This last season is good. I didn't really care for the season before. Season was that 3?
Yeah, season 3 was ass.
What they were with.
Season 3 was ass.
Yeah, there was no continuity.
They might as well have called it. They should have just called it like a short film festival.
Yeah, there was no continuity.
That would have been.
Jesus Christ.
Nothing about that made sense. They said season 4 was like a return to form.
Yeah, season 3 there was no continuity. Some of the episodes were funny. Like I liked the one with Kevin Samuels was funny. The one with Liam Neeson I thought was pretty good, but for the most part, and then they ended it.
Liam Neeson made it.
Huh?
I didn't know he was on the show.
Yeah, Liam Neeson was on the show.
The last episode I saw was Trinity to the Bone, which was actually pretty funny.
Oh, with Chet Hanks. Where they had,
I guess that's his name.
Yeah, Chet Hanks was there. It's funny. I actually saw Chet Hanks in real life. I was at the he was.
See, that's the LA shit.
Yeah, I saw Chet Hanks.
The most I'm finna see is Lil Baby, and you thought it was feeling you?
That nigga much. Somebody on Twitter.
And they both gonna be a Linux.
So somebody on Twitter said, "No, this week they probably both gonna be at Morehouse." Some nigga said, somebody on Twitter said that I've heard of one hit wonders, but Ice Spice might be the first 2-line wonder.
Like, dog, that shit is so sad, right? Rolling Loud had like made this video, right? And they were like, "Can I film you?" And she was like, "You thought I was filming you?" That nigga munch.
I saw that earlier.
What the fuck? That was the worst joke I've ever. That was the worst. That's when I knew, like, Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah, we need.
I also have my money. I do not have my money on The Rock. To answer the original question, because we just got tangented to a fucking new level, nigga. But look, bro, The Rock is gonna make money because it's The Rock. The one problem I probably do have overall is that the MCU needs new writers. They need new writers, and they need to stop making everything CG, because they're over there burning the candle on both ends on this whole CG, and that's why She-Hulk looked like she shit. I know I'd be kind of mean, but I'd be so serious, bro. I'd be wanting to say what everybody want to say, bro. There were moments in She-Hulk where that shit looked like a 2005 PS2 video game, and y'all not gonna sit there and lie to me. Yeah. I would have rather saw Franklin from GTA San Andreas show up. Oh shit, here we go again.
Yeah, that shit.
And stop doing lame ass cameos. Sorry, Meg.
You didn't like the Meg cameo?
That was the most overrated cameo I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I didn't know what she was gonna do. She just went in there and was Meg, and
was Meg the Stallion.
Meg. The thing is, like her, she was on SNL. She was on SNL Saturday, and so like I really watch SNL. I really only watch SNL when somebody black is gonna be on there, or when somebody I like is gonna be on there. But I was like, let me watch this Meg episode.
How she performed.
And like I respect or I applaud the fact that Meg was able to host and perform.
She hosted.
She hosted and performed. In fact, I think she was the first black woman to host and perform SNL since Queen Latifah. Since Queen Latifah.
That makes sense.
And so I applaud her on that. But
that's humble.
The episode wasn't funny. the shit wasn't funny. Like,
I would have rather had Carisha.
I would have rather had Cardi B.
Carisha, please. Carisha, please.
Oh, we're gonna get into that too. We're gonna get into that too. How Carisha Please tied with Drink Champs. Now we know Diddy had something to do with that because they're both on Revolt.
Of course, he owns both.
But nigga, please, you putting Carisha Please has like 3 episodes. You gonna put that shit up against Drink Champs? Drink Champs been doing this shit for years. Them niggas got like legendary moments. Now I know.
Yeah,
I know Puff has something to do with it.
Meanwhile, Noriega's on a fucking apology tour.
Yeah,
for something he didn't even say.
Right. No, he's on apology tour for not saying anything. Actually, he's on apology tour for not saying anything.
Chinese niggas got something to do with it.
Somebody said when they find out who made fried rice, Chinese niggas got something to do with it.
Bro, the amount of memes that came from that one clip,
that shit was funny.
Is fucking funny as shit. Bro, Nori is the funniest nigga I've ever seen in my life, bro. You can tell Nori is a nigga that got out of prison, made some money, and like just continue making money. Like I got a lot of respect for Nori. Like,
yeah,
you can tell there are certain points in like conversations that he has or like interviews that he has where you're like, dog, you stopped going to school after a certain point, didn't you? Like certain times, bro, I will listen to that man and be like, huh? Chinese niggas got something to do with this?
That shit was funny. But yeah, you're not gonna. We'll say that for the next episode, but yeah, you're not gonna convince me that Carisha Please is on the same level as Drink Champs. And I think Nori even said that too. He was kind of mad at the fact Carisha Please, him and Carisha Please won. I've never heard of that shit. 2 people winning one award. Only in the fucking BET Hip Hop Awards they do some shit like that.
Well, it's the BET Hip Hop Awards, bro. We already had our fucking our fucking hate seance.
Yeah, the hate seance. But no, what were we?
I can find a different way.
What were we talking about?
I can find different ways of hating, bro.
What were we talking about before?
Just like MCU versus the DCEU.
Yeah.
My mic just went out like a motherfucker. So I'm on my headphone audio if the quality changes. But nah, we talked about that. We had up here like if movie theaters are dying, I don't necessarily know if they're dying or if just the quality of movies has completely dropped to a whole new level. Because that's, that's definitely something that does happen.
Mm-hmm.
The quality of movies has dropped. But overall, I don't know if we should probably say our favorite movies. We talked a lot about movies today, honestly. I don't know if I even have a favorite movie, to be completely honest with you, bro. Nothing
is.
Yeah, this year, bro, ain't nothing been really stand out this year for me yet.
Really?
To be completely fair. Really? Yeah, like I have not had a movie that stood out and been like, I will go back and watch this movie next year or like the year after.
Not even like
I haven't had a lot of movies.
Not even the Batman?
Go ahead.
Not even the Batman?
Ooh, forgot that motherfucker came out this year. Yeah.
The Batman.
Not even gonna lie to you.
The Batman is still probably my favorite movie this year. And Nope is number 2.
Yeah.
Nope is number 2. But
Nope was good. I might have to really watch that again and see if it held up.
Nope is.
I'm gonna really have to watch that one in a year.
Nope is number 2, but the Batman is probably my favorite movie this year. The Batman was dope.
Yeah,
I fuck with the Batman.
Yeah. URL. It's a website. Remember that nigga was doing some detective work in that motherfucker, boy. That was That was the first 48 featuring Detective Batman in that motherfucker.
That was most Detective Batman I think we've ever gotten on screen.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was the most we've seen him as a detective on screen. I've never, ever, like, Christian Bale cannot convince me that he's a world-class detective. I'm surprised that fucking Patterson convinced me that he was a fucking like a detective like that, bro. Yo, sulfur. Like, I love when you see Batman do one of those. Like, that'd be the hardest shit to me.
But no, my Batman is probably.
Why is that on every good detective? That's on every good detective movie, though. If you ever see a detective go like,
or where they just sniff something and it's like cocaine,
cyanide. like, okay, cocaine. Bro. How long you been doing this shit? Yeah.
They take another one.
Colombian.
Cheap shit.
Straight from the river.
Straight from Middle East.
Yeah. This is crack. This is crack. Finally ground fucking crack.
This is crack from Compton.
Yeah, this is
Rosecrans.
Baking soda and a Pyrex.
This shit. But no.
Somebody call Pusha T. That's actually what I want to see. I want to see Pusha T in a cocaine movie.
Man, that would be. Honestly, they should have had that nigga in that movie. Dope, instead of ASAP Rocky. Trying to convince me ASAP Rocky is a drug dealer. Was a cocaine dealer. Nah, put Pusha T in there. Pusha T might win an Oscar if he ever played a drug dealer.
Yeah,
he might win all types of Academy Awards.
What they say? We got the tennis balls for the wrong sport. If you know, you know. Like, come on, bro.
That shit.
I actually do want to see him make like that would be really dope if he made an animated movie, like, and just put all of his like bars about cocaine into one animated.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, I would be like, yep.
So
yep, and I didn't see that whole Kid Cudi TV show for anybody that wanted me to talk about that shit.
I didn't see it either.
So in fucking closing, TV shows have gone through the fucking drain,
and movies too. Movies
have gone down the fucking drain.
What it used to be. The only person actually, you know what's funny? The only person keeping me really watching TV year long now is 50 Cent with the Power Universe.
That's funny as fuck. And the only person that really got me showing up to movies right now is Jonathan Majors. They're putting that nigga in every fucking movie.
He's if he hasn't blown up already, he's about to blow up. And Creed.
That nigga got 6 Marvel movies lined up right now.
Right.
Got a Creed movie lined up right now, and another movie lined up right now.
Right.
That nigga got like 9 movies coming out within the next 7 years. That nigga is booked and busy.
Yeah. So transition. Creed 3. Creed 3. The posters dropped
we
yesterday.
might.
Huh?
Yes.
But
Yeah, posters dropped and the trailer dropped.
trailer dropped
Funny enough,
today.
He went to the AUC to drop the trailer.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
Shout
and
out to
gave him
Jonathan Majors.
nah, it was
Michael B.
Michael B.
Jordan.
He did a few things. Yeah. He number one, he had a food truck come out for homecoming,
Yeah.
cheesesteaks, because takes place in Philly. Then you got well, technically this one takes place in LA,
Yeah,
so I don't know
this
why he
one's
did
in LA.
cheesesteaks. He might just like them. Then he dropped then he dropped the trailer on and gave him, you already know they're gonna do an Atlantic Station premiere. You know how they do in the AUC, bro.
Yeah.
So they got access to that when it does come out in 2023. I know there was probably a group of seniors in that room who was like, "Oh, if it were my senior year and Michael B. Jordan came up, like, was like, next year you get to see it for the free ski." Fuck you. That would have been.
Wait, no, they'll still be in school though. May is March 3rd.
Oh yeah, it'll be spring semester. It'll be
Yeah.
spring. Yeah,
Yeah, they'll still be able to see it.
They'll probably get it. They'll probably get it at the end of Black History Month.
It does come out right after Black.
On the last day.
He couldn't have gotten it the
February
last Friday
28th.
of Black History Month. Come on, man.
That's funny as hell. February 28th would have been wild. But like I like the little 333 thing they're trying to do with the March 3rd, 23. But
It looks
damn.
dope. I like the type of direction it's going in. I like it. The posters were dope. The trailer was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Concept is actually pretty decent because I was at work yesterday night and somebody was like, they say that he's going to be Mr. T's son.
I hope he's not.
Nah, I hope not too, bro.
I hope he's not.
Jesus.
Because for one, he died. Wait, when did he died in Rocky? When did Apollo Creed? Which one did Apollo Creed die? I think it was Rocky 4.
Yeah, it had to be Rocky 4. It had to be.
Okay,
It wasn't Rocky
Clubber
3.
Lang. Yeah, he was still. What's his name was still alive. Apollo Creed was still alive when Rocky fought Clubber Lang, because I think Rocky 3 was with Clubber Lang. But I hope it's not, because they already did that with Drago and they already went back with that shit. And I'm like, he didn't even fight. What's his name? Apollo didn't even fight Clubber Lang. Like, yeah, I hope it. I hope he's not. But in the trailer, apparently he's like some kid that
Grew up in the same group home and like
Right.
they all went to like juvie together, in and out of juvie. But apparently Jonathan Majors' character
he stayed for like their 18
got stuck
years.
he got stuck in a bid for 18.
God damn.
Got stuck in the bid for 18 years, bro. Somebody was like, so y'all mean to tell me that after somebody gets out of prison, they could be a world-class fighter? And they were like, obviously, you've never been to prison, but it's niggas in there that do nothing but shadow box 24/7.
Right.
And will clean kill a nigga in the ring.
Right.
Kill somebody in that ring, bro. If they were given the chance, I think he's gonna kill. I think Jonathan Majors' character is gonna kill like 2 bodies before we even see the fight with him and Creed. I think he's gonna drop 2 bodies and they're gonna be dead.
In the
Like
ring?
real deal dead in the ring. I think he's gonna kill niggas.
She almost killed that.
I
He
think he's
almost
gonna
killed the
kill
nigga he was sparring with in the trailer.
That's what I'm saying.
He
Like,
was like, "Why are you hitting me so hard?"
hey, that's my dude, Money Making Mitch. Hey, which random? That nigga came out of nowhere. I love seeing him in movies though. We not fighting. No, we not dancing. We not singing. We fighting in here. We fighting. Like, bruh. I love seeing him in movies, bruh. You don't owe that man nothing, man. You don't owe that man nothing, man. They should have got him to play Black Panther.
Nigga would have been old as fuck.
Wakanda forever, man.
Shit, they was gonna have to.
Well, you look like you on your last heart-shaped herb, my boy.
You honestly wouldn't know who they probably would have tried to get to play Black Panther. Will Smith.
My God.
He would have auditioned. He would have tried to be Black Panther.
Yeah.
He would have.
He probably would have just he would have just slapped M'Baku.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will Smith just slapped.
Did you just slap me? Did you just slap me?
No, they're gonna cut that shit and just give Chris Rock's audio. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. On live television.
But
sadly, I did not watch the Emancipation video to give my proper amount of hate to that. Just understand when I do watch.
I'm not. I didn't watch it. I'll probably see the movie, but I have not watched the trailer yet.
You know, it's an Apple TV exclusive and all that shit, but I ain't watching that shit.
Yeah,
that shit's dead. But fucking in closing, nigga, because we just gonna keep talking about nothing for forever, bro.
Yeah.
I cannot suggest to you to watch any movies unless you haven't seen Batman or you haven't seen Nope. We already did our review on Nope. It was dope. If you ain't watch it, go back and listen to it. It's probably just as entertaining as the movie. And then other than that, bruh, pray for Kevin Feige. Pray for Warner Brothers.
Pray for Blade.
And invest. Invest in Terramana stock while you can, because that shit finna blow up. He finna have a Terramana Black Adam fucking signature line.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah. He probably is.
He should though. Like release a pitch black reposado.
Oh, that would be dope.
That shit would go crazy.
Or an extra nickel.
Yeah. That shit would go a little hard. I ain't gonna lie. Well, Rock, if you do it, I'm suing, because I just gave you the idea, brother.
So, but with that said, my name is Dylan Kemp, co-host of the podcast. I'm signing out.
Hell yeah, it's your boy, whatever name you like to call me, bro. The other co-host of the Corner Section podcast, and I'm also signing out.
All right, deuces. We will see y'all next week. Look forward to the episode. It's gonna be one for the books. That might be the episode to blow us up. If we can blow up by episode 8, that would be great.
Then we up.
Yeah, we up.
Even like a humble 5,000 views is enough to get the fucking algorithm working, bro.
Hell yeah.
To be honest.
Hell yeah. We just need one. We just need, and make sure to follow our TikTok at Corner Section Pod, Instagram and Twitter, both Corner Section Pod. Yeah. So go there.
Follow our personal social media joints.
Yeah.
You got It's a Don Deal on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Your Twitter is way more complicated, so I don't know that shit by heart.
Oh, is this a Don Deal too?
But you got an underscore in that joint, innit?
I don't know.
Or did you get it straightened out?
I have to check.
See,
but just Google my name. Complex. You can Google my name.
Oh, it is. It's a Don Deal. Yeah. It's a Don Deal everywhere.
Yeah. Just Google my name.
And it's underscore. Yeah. You can't Google my shit. You will see one of my other 17 Twitters that I probably opened in my lifetime. So underscore like the herb, unless you want to see some not flattering pictures of me in high school. And with that in mind, deuces, nigga.